I built my niece and nephew their own boats while I was visiting family over the holidays. Earlier in the year, while delivering a boat, I had seen two of these ingenious little things, so I tracked down plans for the Bumblebee Sailboat by Angus Rowboats. I purchased the plans online and then printed them out, and we went and sourced the materials. You print the plans to scale using standard printer paper, and then I used spray adhesive to adhere them to the plywood and cut out the components. The boat is assembled using the stitch and glue method. We drill little holes along the chines, which are the conjoining edges, and stitch it together using seizing wire or zip ties. I glue the pieces in place and then filleted them in place using thickened epoxy. I then flipped them over, rounded and faired any seams and imperfections, coated resin, and then fiberglassed the hull using fiberglass cloth. Around the chines and stem, I applied a second layer where needed and continued to fair and smooth using additional coats of resin and sanding. Then I attached the bilge keels. The boat's hull is now complete, and we are ready for paint. Next, I dry fit the benches and other board lumber items for the boat. Once the fits of those items are finalized, we are ready for more coatings, like the paint and the varnish. I filleted the bench seat and mast supports into place with thickened epoxy. The spars, gunnels, benches, and tillers were all varnished using a standard spar varnish, and the hull and rudders were painted with a 1-part marine paint. Now we set the gunnels in place. This was done without a steam box, which is tricky because one snapped while I did this. So I just had to cut another. You can see they're clamped into place, and we used thickened epoxy again to attach them. You can see that things are finally taking shape and almost complete. I installed the battery and the hardware. My mother sewed these sails from ripstop nylon. I believe we only used 1 yard of fabric. The bilge pumps that sit inside the rudder and provide propulsion for the boat had yet to arrive, but the kids were coming that evening, and the batteries and the switches for the boat were wired and set in place. Here I am, sculling the boat. The kids try out the boat in the pool, and I fly back to the northeast. After the pumps arrive, those get installed too. Great project. Happily built two in a little less than a week using items from a local hardware store and marine supply store, and in a garage with a standard amount of tools.